Hello children, today we are going to discuss about cell structure and its function. So we wonder sometimes what is meant by a cell. A cell is the basic structural unit of life. Okay, this is our chapter 8, cell, the structure and its functions, both in animals as well as in plants. Let us see what are the differences between plants and in animals, how they differ in size, how they differ in number in different types of organisms, what is their function, is the function the same in all the types of cells. Let us see in detail about this. Okay, now we wonder how the cell has come into picture, right? So back in 1665, there was a scientist called as Robert Hooke. In 1665, he has taken a cork. He has taken a cork cells, that is, has taken a piece of bark of a tree, and that is called as a cork. And what did he do was he observed this cork under a microscope. There he observed a compartment-like structures. So there are compartment-like structures like you might have seen bricks building the wall. Okay, so he has seen that brick-like structures which are arranged like compartments. So he named them as compartments. So later, some other scientist have come into the picture and he named it as a cell. So in the 1665, Robert Hooke is a scientist. He observed these cells, compartment-like structures in compartment-like structures in cork cells, which are dead cells. Cork cells are always dead cells, remember. These cork cells are compartment-like structures and they are called as cells. This was regarding the discovery of the cell. Let us come to the cell. How is it called as a basic structural and functional unit? Because each and every metabolism activity is being performed in the cell, whether it is a single celled organism or multicellular organism. So each and every cell will perform its own activity. So that is why we are all living here. We can say that something or some organism is living based on its cell. So if the cell is alive, then we can say that entire organism is alive. So all these cells constitute tissues. These tissues further constitute into organs. Organs further constitute into organ systems. So that is different. Now let us see variety in cell number, size and shape. So there are varieties of sizes, shapes and numbers. Some may be single cell, some may be multicellular, like trillions of cells, millions of cells. Okay. So you can see that multicellular, you might have heard the term about multicellular or unicellular. Unicellular organisms are ancient organisms like amoeba. If you take amoeba, it is unicellular. That means it consists of only a single cell which performs all the activities, which will be done by what are those activities? Excretion takes place, respiration takes place, growth takes place, reproduction takes place, everything, what not, everything is done in a single cell. That is why it is called as unicellular organism. Uni means single. Uni means single. This is best example is amoeba. Amoeba have structures called, you might have wondered how they take the food, like, okay. So they have a structures called as, these are the structures called pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means hand-like structures. Hand-like structures are called as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false and podia means feet. They have false feet to engulf the food, or they can tolerate very temperature conditions, or they can do the necessary need at that particular moment with the help of this pseudopodia. Pseudo means fall and podia means foot or feet. Podia is foot. Podia is plural form and it is feet. So amoeba is unicellular organism. Okay. Next comes the shape of the cells. You might have wondered what is the shape of the cell, ma'am. Okay, so in different types of organisms, there are different shapes of cells. For example, if you take our red blood cells, which is in our blood, they are round shape. They are round in shape. Okay, if you take our nerve cells, neurons, where the information is being carried from brain to different parts, or the electric impulses, information is carried through impulses. Okay, that cells are called as neurons, and these neurons are branched and they are very long, which are attached together for meters in length. These structures, they are called as neurons or nerve cells. This is of different shape. Next comes the spindle shape. Spindle shaped organisms are present in our muscles. Muscles, they contain the spindle shaped structures. Okay. Next comes, this is regarding the shape of cells. Shape of cells. So there may be different shapes and number. Just now we have studied that unicellular organisms contains a single cell, whereas multicellular organisms, each and every organ performs a specific function in multicellular organisms. So these cells perform a different activity or a different function. So these are all a complex. Unicellular organism have a simple structure and simple. Everything is done by only a single cell. But whereas in multicellular organism, the organization is quite complex. There will be different organs, right? And these different organ contains different tissues. That means you can simply say cells constitute tissues, cells combine to form tissues, tissues combine to form organs, organs combine to form organ system, and organ system combine to form organism. Okay, what is meant by a tissue? A tissue is a group of cells which perform, tissue is a group of cells which perform a specialized function at a specialized location. A group of cells which are having specialized function or specialized present at specialized location is called as a tissue. Cells constitute tissues, tissues constitutes organs constitute organ system, and organ system is nothing but an organism. Either it is a complex organism or whether it is a short organism or a large organism. You might have wondered about these eggs, madam, whether egg is a single cell or multicellular. Yes, egg is of course a single cell organism. Just now we have seen about size. Okay, some cells contain the size of very small, like zero point 0.1 nanometer size also. Okay, best examples is bacteria, which we cannot see through our naked eye. Whereas the largest cell is the egg of an ostrich. Ostrich will be around 0.75 meters, like that. So that will be very large in size, and that too it is a single cell. Ostrich egg is also a single cell, just like hen's egg. So this is regarding the size variation. Smallest size is present in bacteria, whereas the largest size of the cell is present in ostrich's egg. Okay, this is regarding the size, shape, and the discovery of the cells. Okay, now let us see the structure of the cells in plants as well as in animals. Or is there any difference between them? Let us see in the next video. Thank you.